I think God and Moses both just have enormous respect for each other.
Come live with me.
What gladiator has that big striped spear and that
Look, the judges are nodding. Even the Egyptian judges are impressed.
Galileo, until recently, you claimed that the Earth revolved around the sun.
Welcome to History Bites. I'm Rick Green. Anyone who cares about women's rights is appalled by violence against women. Some even suggest death or mutilation for rapists. And every now and then you read about an abused woman who takes justice into her own hands and dishes out payback. Well, one English woman did that in spades. Her name was Queen Boadicea. She lived in the 1st century AD. Her husband, a Celtic king, had quarreled with the Romans who were occupying Britain. After he died, the Romans took out their anger on his family. Boadicea was beaten and humiliated. Her daughters were raped. Boadicea wasn't going to take that lying down. She turned violence against women into violence by them. So let's go back to the year 60 AD and watch the events unfold, because if television had been around in ancient Britain, Boadicea would have had her own channel.
We now return to our movie of the week, Boadicea and Louise.
Haven't seen a place like this since I was in Wales.
Isn't this fun, Louise?
Y'all want a drink? No thanks.
I'll have a double mead, a mead shooter, and a side of mead, please.
Boadicea, huh?
Am I queen or not? Is my husband dead or not? I'm gonna have me some fun. Jeez, Louise, you're worse than the Romans.
I changed my mind. I'll have a double mead too, with a mead shooter and a side order of mead.
Excuse me, ladies, you mind watching my drink? I gotta go to the vomitorium.
This is Britain, not Rome, soldier. We don't have vomitoriums. When are you people gonna learn our customs and our traditions? Come on outside, I'll show you the puking tree.
You're right! The man who works at the public baths is C, professional hair plucker.
First summer job I ever had.
Okay, you're going for the big one. You're going for the rank of patrician, the landowning governing class of Romans. Have you thought about what you would do as a patrician?
Well, Regis, first of all, I'd probably get some mercenaries and pay a visit to my old master, and get real Ostrogothic on his ass.
Better now? What's your name?
Aurelius.
Oh, really?
No, Aurelius. Masculine, singular, second declension, 9th Legion, 3rd Arm. Oh.
Well, Latin never really was my strong point. I'm feeling a little groggy from all that mead.
You know what I'd like to do?
What's that?
I'd like to whip you really hard, take your skin off, slave style.
Sounds tempting, but I'm not really in the mood. And actually, it isn't all that tempting. I better find Louise.
Yeah, I see. You got no choice, little lady. When your husband died, he gave all his stuff to us Romans. That includes you.
Don't move, you Romans.
Our friends at RT&T will get Titus on the line, at which point you'll have XXX seconds to read him the question and come up with an answer.
Get the chariot.
My dastards, holy ankles, Louise, you just killed a Roman centurion!
Get the chariot.
That spear sure looks painful. Don't you think we should bandage him up some?
Boadicea, would you just start thinking straight? We gotta get out of here or else they'll flog us straight to Rome.
Flogging ain't so bad.
It is, but it's your own intestines they're using as a whip. Now get the chariot.
I can't leave, Louise. I'm the queen of the Iceni. The Iceni tribe need me.
You are the queen of squat. Now the Romans are running this country, and you know that as well as I do.
I'll never forget the way the Emperor Claudius invaded this country back in the summer of 43, subjugating tribes all across this country.
Boadicea, that's ancient history now. Now get the chariot.
Oh, Louise, you saved me just in time. He was gonna...
I know what he was gonna do. It's what the Romans have been doing to us Celts for years. If we don't get out of here now, they'll be doing it to us both.
Boadicea was able to rally other Celtic tribes to her crusade against the evil overlords. Wasn't hard. The Romans had done plenty to rub the Celts the wrong way. Their administrators were corrupt, taxes were high, and the Romans generally walked around town like they owned the place, which they did the moment they kicked out all the occupants. And then if that wasn't enough, the Romans used state religions to extract even more money from the locals.
And this temple was created especially to allow simple-minded barbarians like yourselves to worship our dead Roman emperors. As you know, every level of membership is dear to us, but the most dear are those who have chosen to join at the priest level. How do you join at this level? Well, it's very simple. You give us all your money. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I don't know if I can make that commitment. I don't know if I want to give you all my money. Well, friends, the good news is you don't have to make that decision because we'll make it for you.
Shouldn't we go to the Romans? I think we should tell the Romans the truth.
And say what? What do you think we should say, Boadicea?
Well, just tell them what happened. They took over our country, built some really great roads, took over our towns, attacked me, raped you, tried to whip me, then you killed him, then thousands of my loyal followers attacked and killed the other Roman soldiers. Oh, by the way, thanks, loyal followers!
Oh, we can't turn ourselves in now, Boadicea. You know how Romans treat their women, even their girls are either housewives or hookers. How much money you got?
I got this gold torque.
And how many warriors?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 30,000.
Oh, that ain't enough. Oh, we're gonna need more Celtic soldiers. I'm gonna have to talk to the other tribes. There's the Trinovantes and the Catalavani, the Renenses, the Cantii, the Coritani, the Belgi. What are you laughing at?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of funny. Belgi.
Belgi.
Belgi?
I told myself if I wasn't C% sure that I would stop. And well, hey, at least I'm in equestrian now, so.
Fair enough. But just for fun, which answer would you have picked?
Probably B.
Well, that's too bad, Timmy, because you would have been right.
For the love of Mars.
Our well-armed representatives will be calling on you to deliver the good news to you in person and escort you here where we can tell you about the exciting regular monetary sacrifices you'll be allowed to have taken from you.
I used to be a wealthy Celt. Then I was chosen to be a priest. Now, all my money is gone. And apparently, I don't have to be a priest anymore.
Hallelujah, that is just great.
Where are we going?
Colchester. The Trinovanti are gonna bring some soldiers, and then we're gonna head south to London.
London? That's 200 miles away. That's halfway around the world.
I know. Thank goodness the Romans built these great roads. Right, guys?
Belgi!
We've got this Queen Boadicea's relatives in slavery, sir. They say her spear is missing, and so's her army. Didn't even bother to plow their fields. Looks like she's gonna be gone quite a while, sir.
What kind of spear is it?
Oh, big pointy one, 38.
38. It's a pretty good year for spears. It's bad enough that they killed our men. It's worse that these are women. Worcester. Worsted?
Worstidius? Wait a minute. Feminine, plural, third declension, superlative.
Worsticime.
Worsticime.
It's worst estimated they've got a huge army and they're leading a rebellion. I want them dead.
Both of them? No problem, sir.
All 30,000 of them.
Coming up, women getting their act together, taking it on the road, and killing thousands of pedestrians who are in the way. In the year 60 AD, the Roman Empire was big, and it had gotten that way through force. The Roman military was a lean, clean, barbarian killing machine. So, when a rebellion erupted in Britain, led by Queen Boadicea, no one gave her Celtic tribesmen much of a chance. That is, until her army started defeating Roman troops and massacring whole towns. Eventually, the Romans realized that Boadicea was marching her Celtic coalition towards London. The Roman general in charge figured he couldn't defend the city, and he left town. He also left tens of thousands of civilians with no defense. You win some, you lose some.
We now return to our movie of the week, Boadicea and Louise.
Drive, Louise.
What?
Hurry up, drive. Come on.
Boadicea, what happened? Boadicea, you laid waste to the Roman settlement in Colchester?
Me and the boys, right, boys? Well, we needed the money, and the goddess Dastra needed the human sacrifice. She's gonna really like us now, Louise. 20,000 in gold and 30,000 in heads.
Ah, Centurion. Any luck in arresting that Boadicea woman and her army?
No. But we just got a report that Boadicea has been in the city of London and she's committed murder and robbery, sir.
What did she steal?
The city of London.
Who did she murder?
The entire population of the city of London, sir.
Well, we can't have that. We need our cities. You better send a couple of chariots over. We're gonna have to bring her in.
Applying white lead to her face, repeated bloodlettings from the neck, eating only sugar, or never going outdoors.
Applying white lead to the face. Final answer.
Of course! Those other methods are far too dangerous.
Are you an ordinary Celt who's written a satirical poem about a powerful Celtic lord and can't afford to pay the honor price? Then you need good legal advice. After all, we Celts have one law for the rich and powerful and another for the weak and poor. But here at Vercingetorix, Welwyn, Split, Drewspelt, and Goldberg, we help the weak and poor. We'll help make you a lot less weak and only a little more poor. So if you've written a satirical poem and are about to be set adrift at sea, call us. We can help you write a praise poem in compensation. It may be enough to keep you from being sent up the river, to the sea, and off the edge of the world.
M. Sesterces, you can't leave with less than M. As a matter of fact, here's your check. Let's see if you can go for MM.
Look, there, thanks to Siegfried and Roy and their thrilling tigers for really knocking them dead. Let's not forget those condemned criminals over there who are now dead. But right now, right here on our stage, for all you non-Christians out there, which is pretty much everyone, our next guest is here to convert you. Reading from his letters to the Corinthians, the apostle formerly known as Saul, it's the cute one, Paul.
Number 6, on the road of life, there are soldiers and there are martyrs. Martyrs wanted. Number 5, Jesus. He's everywhere he wants to be. Number 4, oh hungry, oh Jesus. Number 3, God. Number 2, friends don't let friends worship Venus. And the number 1 Christian recruiting slogan, did somebody say communion?
You a pillager?
Well, yeah. Sacking, pillaging. I was down on my luck, so I destroyed a town or two. Me and the rest of the boys from the Cantii tribe. You never say can't to a Cantii.
How'd you do it?
Well, I'd walk in there with my sword and I'd say, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see who's gonna win the Celt of the Year prize for keeping their cool. Everybody down on the floor, well, I set fire to your house. And if you don't lose your heads, well, I'll make sure you burn nice and quiet. Now, everybody just put their valuables in this bag and put your head and genitals in this other bag.
My gosh, you sure are polite about it.
Well, I've always believed that, if it's done right, pillaging doesn't have to be an unpleasant experience. Yeah. Then I take any of the survivors and I crucify them or hang them, or cut them up some, burn them.
You know, I do believe you've given me an idea.
Yeah.
Tell me more about them genitals.
Well, you see, they get...
I'll use a lifeline and eliminate I of the choices.
All right, we can do that. We can take away I and leave I answers. Interesting.
Darn, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna use another lifeline. Do a horoscope.
Oh, all right, let's get you some cards, rings, and pebbles.
Where did you put the prisoners?
Prisoners, sir.
That Boadicea woman and her Celtic mob?
Oh, well, we found them, sir. Me and Marcus and Antonius.
Good, good.
And I sent them in to arrest them, but Boadicea told her army to put Marcus and Antonius in a wicker cage.
Your men should have waited until after nightfall and then cut their way out.
Well, they tried that, sir, but unfortunately at nightfall the Celts burned the wicker cage.
Those flaming idiots! We can't have the Celts making a wickery of the Roman army.
No, sir.
Get a couple more soldiers and go back there and arrest them all.
I don't think I'm up to it,
Fine.
sir.
I'll do it myself. Get me my army. Where's my army?
Yes, sir.
I want the Roman occupation forces in here PDFU!
Coming up, Boadicea's road trip, when all roads lead to Rome. When Queen Boadicea led a revolt against the Romans, she could not be allowed to win. After all, if one occupied people showed that they could throw out the Roman overlords, the whole Roman Empire would be in revolt. Emperor Nero had to crush the Celtic clans to maintain the status quo of Roman imperialism. So, while Boadicea and her army were flattening old London, the Romans had retreated further down the road to lay a trap.
Louise, are you awake?
My eyes are open. I can't sleep at the sound of 30,000 men snoring.
I'm awake too. I don't remember ever feeling this awake. Everything seems different. You know what I mean? Even when I look back at London, the awful, decadent Roman town, everything seems brighter. It's different somehow.
It is different, Boadicea. It's on fire.
Maybe that's it. I can't wait till we get to the coast. We'll just sit there in the sun, sip mead cocktails, and push the last of the Romans off the cliff.
You know what's happened, don't you?
What?
We've gone insane. We've gone on a crazy, murderous rampage.
And now a few minutes with Andy Runick.
I'm as fond of human sacrifice as the next Celt, but it seems to me that some parts of the ritual are a little mixed up. Well, take the way we choose the victim. The candidates each pick a piece of bread, and the winner is the one who gets the burnt piece. Then he has to eat the bread. Now, I'm no druid, but this seems all backward to me. This guy is about to lay down his life for our well-being, and the first thing we do is to make him eat burnt bread? Wouldn't it be fair if the losers who get to live eat burnt bread?
As a Jew, it's important that the meat I eat is strictly kosher. That's why I never eat with Romans or go to a Gentile butcher. All too often, the meat sold by butchers has been used as a sacrifice on the altar of a foreign deity. All of this costs a little more, but it's worth a little sacrifice to know that your dinner hasn't already been a little sacrifice.
First we strangle him, then we cut his throat, then we crack his skull, and finally we drown him in the bog. Now, maybe this is somebody's idea of being thorough. To me, it just seems like overkill. And it's indecisive. I say get rid of the throat cutting, the skull cracking, and the drowning, and just stick to strangling.
Look at all those Romans up there. It looks like an army.
It is the army. It's the 14th and 20th Legions.
Boadicea, we're completely surrounded. And I don't think it's going to be so easy to set those guys on fire.
I guess we should have come up with some kind of plan for what to do in case we get caught.
We aren't going to get caught.
I guess I went a little crazy there, huh?
No. You've always been crazy. This is just the first chance you've had to kill 70,000 civilians. Remember those Roman women back in Verulamia? the way we cut off their breasts and sewed them to their mouths! I guess I won't try that again, huh?
Try what again?
Anything.
Belda! What's wrong with those guys? What's their problem?
Those are the Bell Chap.
Now we got them where we want them.
All right, surrender your soldiers and put your spears where we can see them.
We're not giving up, Boadicea.
And let's not get caught by those Romans. You're a good friend, Louise. And my daughter.
You too, sweetie. The best. Even though you are a bit mean to prisoners of war.
Ad Astra, I sure hope you like all them heads. 'Cause here we come. Hit it.
They're attacking.
No, wait! We want you as sex slaves!
Oh, darn. Okay, kill them all.
Boadicea's fate is a mystery. One source says she took poison, another says she died of disease sometime after the final battle. But she lived on for centuries as a kind of boogie woman figure that Roman mothers used to scare their children. As for the Roman generals, well, they learned a valuable lesson. Bring in more troops and punish any tribes who had rebelled. Future rapes would be carefully controlled. It just shows that the mistreatment of women has a long history, and history bites.
Yeah, sure. Next, you're going to tell us she never peed in the public bath.
It's a rumor she spreads when she gets the place to herself.
Okay, now. Getting back to politics, what about Nero, our emperor? How's he doing?
The emperor? I thought you were going to talk politics. Okay, I think he loves the amphitheater more than he likes the Senate, I think we should save some time, combine the two, get the senators fighting the gladiators, or maybe the senators racing around in the chariots.
Now, that's a Senate race people would actually watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.